You are the person already that is going to experience your manifestation. There is no difference between you right now in this body and the version of you that experiences your manifestation in the future. You are still the same person. You are still the same vessel. You are that millionaire that you're trying to manifest. You are that healthy individual that you're trying to manifest. You are still the same person. You are that millionaire. You are that person that you're trying to manifest. And the second you realize that you already are one, because you are already that person that experiences it, that is the moment where you're going to be able to let go instantly. And when your perspective changes, that is when your reality changes, because you will only attract what you are. You don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you are. That's why you are manifesting the same event every single day, every single month, the same situation, and your manifestation may not be getting anywhere because you're manifesting who you are, not what you want. You need to stop focusing on what you want and start focusing on who you are, because who you are is the person that is going to manifest and attract the thing that you want. This is why it's so important to change your identity and to work on your self-concept so that you can become the person that has it already. Or even just understand, change your perspective, your identity, change your perspective to understand that you are the person that manifests it. You're in the same body. You already are one with that person. And the only shift that you need to make is in your perspective, in your vibration. When you shift your vibration, you shift your actions, you shift your thoughts. Then your actions and everything else that you've done will shift your reality. Your brain, your perspective, your identity will create that reality for you, but you're already one with that person. There is no difference. You don't need to leap out of your body into another body, do you? When you start to shift your perspective, scientifically, when you start paying attention to the new thoughts only, you train your brain to only look for those opportunities and those events. You train your brain to only see the abundance, to only see the prosperity, to only see the £1 million business ideas, to only see the things that are going to help you step into that new reality, because that is just the frequency that you're on. Like I said in my last video, if you made it to the end, right, when I shift my focus and I practice gratitude, literally 3 people in a row all did really nice things for me, you know, smiling at me, giving me things, like all in the space of half an hour, just because I shifted my perspective in that moment and my vibration in that moment. Other people can feel your vibration around you, whether they avoid you or whether they get drawn to you. It's based on your vibration. So if something negative is happening to you, it's a test. This thing is trying to bring down your vibration. Are you gonna let it? Are you gonna let that person or that thing bring you down to their level, down to their miserable vibration? Are you gonna allow that to happen or not? Because the second you work on yourself and you work on your emotional intelligence to understand that this is how everything works, this is what is happening in your life, then you suddenly realize that you're literally, like, you can hold your head high and you can realize that you're above it all. When you understand it, you walk around like, oh my God, I know why everything happens. I know why this happens. I know why that happens. I know why you're doing this, you're doing this, because you've already shifted your vibration to a lower frequency to attract the person that's on that frequency, or else you wouldn't have attracted them, or you wouldn't have experienced that event if you weren't already on that vibration. But now that that negative thing is happening to you, it's a knock on your head, like, you're on this vibration, you're going to stay here or not, or you're going to drop further and further until more negative things start happening. When are you going to break the cycle? So take everything as a sign that you need to shift your perspective. Take everything as a sign that you're on a different frequency. And if the things that are happening in your life aren't aligned with where you're going, the way you want to be, who you want to become, then it's a sign, it's a knock to your head of, hello, you're on the wrong vibration right now. You're in the wrong reality. Shift it into that person that you know is having and experiencing everything, because you're all one, and then you will start experiencing and seeing the things that are aligned with who you want to be. And then you'll only experience people in your life that are positive. And the people that are walking around you that are on the negative vibration, they're still there. Like, they just don't notice you. You don't notice them because you're not on the same frequency anymore. They're just like they're just blurry. Like, they just happen. Who? What? Where? My why? Who was that person? Do you know what I mean? I've been with people before and they've been like, oh my God, did you notice that person giving so-and-so a dirty look? Did you notice this? And I'm like, no. Like, no. what are you on about? So many times. Like, I am so oblivious in the best of ways, like so oblivious. I've been in so many situations where someone right in front of me is like doing something either to me or to someone else, like something negative, like a look or saying something or in a bad tone, and I have fully not experienced it. Like the other day I was literally with Aaron at the gym, and some worker said something as we walked by, and he was like, oh my god, did you hear that? And I'm like, no, what? He was annoyed by it, and I was like, I didn't experience it. So it's like, I can't be affected by it. This is what will happen. You are literally living a different reality to everyone else when you shift your perspective. You are living a different life to everyone else. They're still living their life around you, but you're living a different version of it. When you shift your perspective into a different level, into a different frequency, you will not hear people, you will not notice people. Your whole entire life, all of the things that have been guiding you in the right direction towards your manifestation have been there all along. It's just you've missed them. You've not noticed them because you weren't aligned with it. And the second you align your identity, your frequency, everything with that new thing, you will start experiencing that new life already. It's as easy as that. It's the second you tune your radio frequency, it's literally like switching radio stations, and then you start hearing and experiencing a completely different reality. The second you shift your radio frequency, it's like turning the channel. You're on one channel, someone else right next to you could be listening to a different radio station. You're still living the same 3D world, it's just you experience it differently. That is how easy it is, and this is literal science right now. So I'm just going to read notes from my phone because I have some things that I actually want to say. But you start realizing that your new reality that you've been wanting to experience this entire time was right in front of you, and you've just been literally glossing over it and paying attention to other things. Different things have been happening to you. You've been paying attention to the wrong reality, but it's been there this entire time, and your brain just wasn't wired to see it. You've passed up all the opportunities, you've passed up the abundance, you've not saw the abundance, you've not saw how lucky you actually are, and you've not saw how talented you are. You've not seen the customer base that were already there, that need and want your offer, that need and want everything that you have to offer, your unique skills, your personality, everything that you have to offer. The people have been there all along. They're there right now. Whatever you want right now already exists. The people are already born. The car is made, the house is built. What you already want exists in this reality. It's just whether you're going to align yourself with the path that leads you to there or not. Or if you're going to focus on a different path and allow the world to take your focus away from whatever it is that you want, you take your focus away and lead you on a different path. It's literally like walking up to someone's house, right, and you're like going down this pathway, and if you don't focus on the path, you're going to start wobbling and you're going to go onto a different path and you're going to lead to someone else's house. If you let everything around you take away your attention, like you're focusing on whether you're in the right place, or is this the right street, like is the right house, like focus on you, your path right in front of you, laser focus, because if you're focused on everything else, all the distractions, it's going to lead you to a completely different timeline, someone else's house, someone else's timeline. This is why the people that you surround yourself with is so important, because you get pulled into their timeline. Like I said the other day when I was at the gym and I was with Aaron, I got pulled into his timeline then because he experienced something bad, I didn't, and I got pulled into that timeline. You're getting pulled into everyone else's timelines around you. So whatever their emotional state is in the moment, whatever their mental state is, be careful, because they will project onto you their emotional state. You will experience their reality when you're with them. So ask yourself, the people that you're hanging around with, do you want to experience that reality or not? Or do you want to experience your own reality? Do you want to experience their perspective on the world, or do you want to experience your own perspective on the world? Because we all know people that sit there and talk about the world in a way where you don't agree with, or the way that you used to agree with, but you're still hanging around with them because you've known them since you were like fresh out the wound, and they know everything about you. They've got your whole family on Facebook, but you know what? Even more of a reason to cut them off, because the likelihood is that you're a completely different person than you were when you met them. So yes, you should be changing. If they say you've changed, then good. You have changed. Good. You shouldn't be the same person. You should be evolving all of the time. And if someone else isn't evolving with you, then yes, they're going to leave your life and you can wave them out the door if they're not going to appreciate the new version of you. The only person that's going to moan when you start setting boundaries and become a better person is the person that benefited from you having no boundaries. That is the only person that's going to moan. Your family members will still love you. If they're good family members, if they're good people, your mum and dad will still love you because they want the best for you. So if your friend or anyone else around you doesn't actually agree with who you're becoming, then they don't want the best for you. That's simple as that. And if you have a mum or dad that actually doesn't agree with who you're becoming, then they don't want the best for you. And, you know, there's someone else out there that can easily replace that parental figure. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of people out there, okay? Go live with like your auntie or your grandma or something like that. You know what I mean? But it's like, this is literally the way that it works. But every single book, every single YouTube video that I've seen recently about manifestation all relates to changing your perspective. It all relates to training your brain and your mind to see in the perspective that you want to experience. To change your frequency into the perspective, into the identity of the person that only sees from that perspective. You have to change the person that you are so that you start noticing the new things that are aligned with your new identity. Because if you stay in the old identity, then your old identity will only resonate with, again, that path that you want to take a step out of. So you need to change the actual self-concept, you know, do your affirmations, listen to affirmations all goddamn day. I don't really care, but like literally saturate your brain is what I'm saying. Saturate your brain. Listen to your thoughts, listen to your body, listen to your negative thoughts. Your limiting beliefs all day, every day are telling you what's going on inside your brain, are telling you what's pulling you down. They're telling you what you need to work on. You cannot ignore those thoughts. You cannot ignore those, you know, when you start thinking something about someone or you get triggered or something annoys you, like anything that triggers in a negative emotion inside of your body is telling you what you need to work on, is telling you something that is pulling your vibration down. And guys, our body holds on to emotions. It's scientifically proven. I've been reading studies recently. Your body holds on to emotions. It holds on to them and it manifests in areas of your body. It manifests in different, you know, physical ailments, in triggers. When you get triggered by something, it's because something has caused that to be a trigger in your life. So ask yourself next time you get angry, why am I angry? Okay, so this person has, they're doubting me. That's what it is. They're disagreeing with me. They're doubting me. So I'm annoyed now because you're doubting me. Why do I doubt myself? Oh, because when I was a kid, or my parents, they constantly doubted me. My parents doubted me. They didn't believe in me. And that made me angry as a kid. And now I'm holding on to that in my body. So now when someone else shows any sign of doubt in me, I get annoyed. And I flip the switch. And then people say that I'm overreacting and everything, because I am. I'm literally transporting myself back to that old memory when that happens. So this is literally how emotional intelligence works. When you start working on yourself and realizing that you don't need to react in that same way, and people will stop calling you sensitive. People will stop calling you dramatic because you're no longer sensitive and you're no longer dramatic, because a lot of the time we overreact. When you overreact in a certain area of your life, it means that that's a reaction to past trauma that you're holding inside your body still, that's causing you physical things like stomach aches, I don't know, like headaches, whatever it is. It will hold in that area of your body. Like anger apparently gets held in here. Shame gets held in the womb area. So if you're experiencing hormonal issues, or if you're then like, it can be due to shame and other areas of your body. And then if you're experiencing like headaches and you're constantly stressed out, it's probably because you're holding on to trauma in that area, like anger and everything. So this is why EFT tapping is great, because you're like tapping up the emotion initially, and then as you tap throughout the energy centers in your body, you're releasing that emotion and you're allowing yourself to feel. Because the only way we're going to get over something to adopt a new perspective is by releasing the old emotions, releasing the old identity. To release the old identity, we have to release the old emotions, the old trauma. We have to rewrite the story. We have to allow the past traumas, the past events to come up, so that we can release it. So if you keep thinking about this one event, you know, when you're in the shower and you're like, oh my god, I should have said that, should have said this, should have said that one time when I was a kid, like, oh my god, I'm so annoyed, why did I act like that? These are all things that are still bothering you after all this time. Let yourself experience them. Let yourself feel the negative emotions, because as soon as you feel the negative emotions, you'll get over it eventually, and then you'll get over it faster. The more you practice it, you'll get over it faster, and you'll be able to be more level-headed, control your frequency more. You'll adopt that emotional intelligence that the new version of you has to create that new reality. This is how you change your perspective. But anyways, so when you do the affirmations to rewire your brain, this trains your brain to only look out for things that resonate with those affirmations. So if you want to saturate your brain with the affirmations, go on a rampage after you've done your nervous system regulation through the EFT tapping. So you've brought up all the emotions, you've cleared them out, blah, 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 blah. Go on to listening to the affirmations. Go on to saying the affirmations, doing the rampage. Saturate your brain with the new identity. Do it as much as you want, but you need to be rewiring your brain. You need to be rewiring the old and pulling in the new. So choose whatever techniques you want to choose. Or, you know, if you want to work one-on-one, obviously, then I go over the techniques you can choose that are best for you in your situation. But learn what is best for you in your scenario and where you want to be and where you've been, like what you've experienced. And then you can do the work where you out with the old and in with the new. So saturate yourself with the gratitude, saturate yourself with the affirmations. Like literally in the first beginning period of doing this work, it will literally, you will want to do it all day, every day. It will remind you, your brain will be telling you all day, every day, like you'll just randomly be driving and you'll be like, yeah, you know what, let's just start affirming. Turn the radio down, turn the world off, and start creating your own world. Start saying the affirmations to yourself. Put on a Spotify playlist with good affirmations or a YouTube video or something, and just start being in yourself, because the problem is that people step out of the house and then they let the world control them. That's it, they're gone then. They've stepped out of the house, they let everything else, oh look at that cat, look at this, oh the traffic lights, this is annoying, that's annoying, so-and-so said this, oh my god, blah, 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 and then they've lost themselves, they're gone. They've completely lost their emotional intelligence, they're reactive, they get annoyed easily, and they're completely in their headspace. They're no longer grateful, they're no longer in their body. And then this is what causes us to drop vibration and adopt the old perspective all over again. But we only pay attention to that of which we believe to be true. So you need to change your beliefs so that you only pay attention to the new beliefs that serve you. Does that make sense? And so that we only pay attention to the opportunities that we now believe we deserve, because we've done the self-concept work to believe that we deserve better. So now we only pay attention to the new opportunities that only provide good in our life. We only see the people that add to our life. We only see the opportunities that now add to our life. And we don't actually see, like I said earlier on, you don't even see it, the things that aren't aligned with you. As long as you become that person, you change your identity so that you're that person, that you don't even align with it anymore. You don't even see it. It's not even part of your reality. Other people might see it because other people, it's on their level, it's in their reality, but we no longer see it. Oh my god, I've got such bad pins and needles in my leg. I've been leaning on it for the last 18 minutes. I literally can't move. Oh my god. Anyways, I'm just gonna finish this video. But when you shift your reality, when you shift your perspective, you shift your reality. This is so painful right now. When you shift your perspective, you shift your reality. It's as simple as that, and I hoped the video made sense for you. Again, if you want more help with shifting your self-concept, creating the new identity, digging up the things that are digging you down, bringing you down, then the Passive Princess package is going to be perfect for you. That's down below. Other than that, if you have any questions, I'll leave them down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys! Your new reality has been here all along and you've been passing it up. So are you going to pass it up again?